Hello, everybody. Good morning, you little crafty peeps. I love being with you guys on a Saturday morning. And yes, Brian, that I love you was for you. Anytime that you say, oh, the beautiful and smart and talented, yeah, you'll get an I love you. Works every time. How are you guys doing this morning? Have you got your beverage of choice? Yes, I do. Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what? I needed to make sure I hit record. Yes. Record is a good thing because we always want to have it for later, right? So I'm going to record. I'm going to make sure that I'm up. I am. Yay. What else to do? What else to do? Just say hi. How have you guys been? Huh? Brian said we were in our pajamas. How does he know? Like, really? How did he know? It's kind of scary. A little spooky, But hey, we are going to have a good time today. I have got lots of stuff to tell you guys. Oh, wow. Joseph's there. Good morning, Joseph. Hi, Cindy and Lisa and Myrna. Hello, everybody. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. You have no idea, really, just no idea how happy I am to be here with you guys. And it's weird because, like I always tell you, I'm sitting in my studio in our basement, and yet I feel like I'm sitting out here with you just like a little craft along. You just can't reach out and touch everybody. I don't give them hugs. I don't know. So I've got lots of stuff to give away this morning. And if you noticed on my, yes, I'm still fooling around with stuff here, Tanya, stop it. If you notice on the graphics, pardon me, if you noticed on the graphics, it says swag worth $100. And that's because I haven't decided yet. So I just thought I would put swag, right? Who knows? So you just never know what you will get this morning. What else? What else to see this morning? I'm just cannot get my nonsense together here. So anyway, let's get started. I've got you recorded. I've got all my stuff done. And it's 9:15, so I can start. So the seasons are changing. Yes, they are. I absolutely love Halloween. You guys know I love Halloween. Anybody that knows me knows I love Halloween. This one today is pretty much all about Halloween. So I'm going to do the 3 cards from the Craft Along kit. Here, I got a little excited and called it that October kit when it's really not the October kit. But we'll have an October kit next month too. Hey. So, oh, well, thank you, Karina. Yes. It's my Captain Marvel look, you think? I'm trying. Just need to get it blonde and stuff, Let's see. Oh, I've got some glue and goes to show you. I've got some good news to tell you. How many of you guys got your stamped timber sets? Yes. They sold out again, and they sold out all of it. All of it, kerwap, within 24 hours. I'm so pleased. So they offer a stamp and die set, and then they offer just the stamp set when the stamp and die sets are gone. Everything's sold out. You can't get them. I have been toying with the idea of showing them to you, but you can't get them, but I'll show them to you anyway because they are so super cute. So don't get mad at me, and everybody's going to go, where do I get those at? Nope, you can't get them. Sorry, but I will show you. Let's see. Look at this set. Whoop, come on, baby. Get in here. My head was up there. My fat head was up there. There we go. Come on. Come on. There she is. Look at this cute set. It's got a little Simon there. So next year, if you did not get your set this year, just remember during Stamp Timber, hopefully Heidi will have us back next year. I hope so. But we have done it now, I believe, 6 years. And this is our one from this year, and I love it. We always put Simon with Riley because they're buds. Okay, and isn't this cute? I just love it. It says living with a dog is 90% following each other around, watching each other go potty and wondering what the other has in their mouth. I kind of agree with that. Thank you for always being there for me when I could not afford a therapist. Come up with an oak version. You mean a stamp set? Okay. I ate healthy and exercised today. I better wake up skinny. True story, right? So when we exercise, it's like, all right, so I exercise. Now forget the pizza that I'm going to eat later in the day, but I exercised today, so tomorrow I better have lost like 3 pounds. It doesn't usually work that way. And then you get on the scales and then you're really, really mad that you didn't. In other news, speaking of selling out, most of you are quite aware that my friend Kim Vandersanden did a little changing on her My Favorite site. They closed the site down, and we decided to help her out and help her liquidate the remaining inventory that they have. It's still on our website, of course, under My Favorite Things Clearance Center. Okay, it's all buy one, get one free. So don't go there now. Don't go there now. Karina, don't post it because they'll go there now. But go there later because it's BOGO. You buy one, you get one free. It's a good deal. But we found, when Kim was cleaning out the warehouse, she found 2 boxes of brand new stamps that had never ever been released. So we decided to release them this week. Well, actually that was yesterday. And one of them sold out already. The other one only has like 10 left. Okay. First I'll show you the one that sold out. It's really cute. Okay. You might kind of keep an eye on it because a lot of people changed their minds and canceled their orders, and we haven't got to the end yet. So all of these were sold yesterday. It was insanity. All right. But this is the fall set. There's less than 10 left of this. Okay. Look at these cute little vampires. It's crazy. Aren't they adorable? Only 10. You guys have got to see the cards. This is a glow in the dark. Their design team is amaze balls like ours, like crazy. Look at this card. Is this not amazing? Rachel made this. If you shut the lights off, it glows in the dark. I am not kidding you. And oh, and did I forget? Oh no, I didn't forget. I told you the commenting. I'm giving away prizes today for commenting. So comment. Okay. I can't see you guys' comments for some reason, so it's kind of stuck on one. But anyway, continue to comment, my darlings. And look at this card. Isn't this just cute? This is the fall set that sold out. Look at that. Cute. And look at this. Hang in there, friends. I love so much to blend. Okay, so I'm going to ask a question, and this will be one of your entries. Would you guys like to send or like to see a blending class? Would you like me to show you how to blend? All right. It is the most relaxing thing. Some people like to fussy cut. That would not be me, but blending to me is just amazing. It's just so calming. Yeah, isn't cute? Here's another fall one. So adorable. And then finally, you're a fantastic friend. Yes. Okay, a blending class. Yes, 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 yes. Oh my gosh, everybody, a yes. Holy cow. Okay. So I am guessing, the problem with doing a blending class is I don't know what inks to have you guys use to try to do it. So maybe, I like oxides. I like the Distress oxides because they're so soft and they're a perfect ink to blend with. But I also love my Altenews, and I also, we shall see. All right, blending class it is. The crowd has spoken. My peoples has spoken. So there is one set left, or no, there's one set left, less than 10. So I guess if you guys do want it, you probably should go get it. But that's that. The clearance will go on until I decide it won't, and then there won't be any more, and then we'll take it down. So Kim's got good things in her future. She's got some really wonderful ideas, and I think she's going to bring it back, but maybe just on a kit level because their kits were phenomenal. All right. These cards are called Glue and Goes. Need a little drink of coffee. These are Glue and Go cards. There are less than 10 of each. Some of them only have one. Okay. These are out there, and what these are, you get them exactly like this. This is pre-colored. All you have to do is glue them and stick them in an envelope. All right. Yes, they're called Glue and Goes, right? So this is one of them that's still out there. Isn't that gorgeous? Dolores' daughter Kelly came up with this. This is just such a cute layout. I love it. Okay, and then this is the latest one I did. Look at this. It's this little step. Isn't that funny? Everything's in it. All you have to do on this one is color the little tombstones. And so that's the newest one. Let's see. Here's a spooky one. This is so easy. Honestly, to glue this together, it's glue, glue, foam tape, and everything's colored. Put the eyeballs on. That's it. So, on the mummy went very fast. I put more of these out there. Oh, wait, the mummy. There's still some though. Okay, so there's this out there, and they're only like $4 a piece. So easy. You can't even go to Hallmark and get there. Washington, it's early there. It's 7:30. I hope you're in your jammies, Kathy, and grab your coffee and your iPad and curl up in bed with your animal and just cuddle. Have a fantastic day. This one's so easy. Look at that. I encourage all of you, okay, all of you, this to go to your paper, and I know y'all have paper. Go to your papers, and you'll have your pattern side on one side. Turn them over, and a lot of times they have these panels, right? These are just panels. You just glue on there, and a couple bats and a tree. There you go. And the next one, I love this card so much. This is a Happy Halloween Little Witch card. And I think there's one of those left. And I think there's one of these left. One. Literally one. And when we're done with Halloween, I think we're going to be done with Halloween. Maybe not, but we'll do Thanksgiving next. And it's the most wonderful time of the year. Yay. Okay. Those are Glue and Goes. And before I get started, do you guys want to see the card that I'm doing for KB? All right. So Tanya's Take is what I do for the Karen Burniston, KB Riley. And what it is this is the actual die cover. This is the card that's on the cover of the dies. Okay? This is the card. A little pop-up house. Right? So I make a kit with everything in it that you can make this with. Then when I do the Tanya's Take online, I do my own version, which will show you how to do the pop-up house. You guys can figure this out on your own. You know how to glue. Yes, I know you know how to glue. Are you ready for this? This is my take, and this is what I'm going to show you how to do today. Ready? Ready? I'm so proud of this. Open it up. There's one house. Open it up. There's another house. Look at that. Yes, I'm going to show you guys how to do this today during the Tanya's Take. So make sure you get back. Somebody is going to win the card for this. And I'm going to give away the tiny house. And I'm also going to give away the Halloween set. And maybe I'll throw a school in too. Okay. Yeah, Karina hasn't even seen this yet. She's like, wowzers. All right. You guys want to make some cards? Let's make some cards. Let's do the cards. This kit, I think there's like a handful left of this kit, you guys. This is so much fun. It comes with 2 dies. Not 1, but 2. Let's just show them. All right. So in our kits, if you do not know and you're joining us, because we have gotten a lot of new customers lately, I really, really hope they join us as well. Our group is so fabulous. We're so fabulous, aren't we? You guys are also fabulous. Anyway, so it comes with this. It comes with a pack of paper. Always, it's either a pad or we cut a pack. All 3 cards have their own photographs. And they're all 3 put into kits, just like this. We separate them out. Dolores is amazing. And then this one included 2 dies. These dies are so much fun. This has got to be one of my favorite dies. I think that we have, I don't know. I'm thinking. But this one is cool as well. This is a single die, but it's also a stencil. So that's all you need to make a really cool moon. And I'm going to show you how. And then you get a little card. All right, tells you where to find us. Go to our YouTube. That we've got lots of cool coloring videos on YouTube, of course. And our Facebook page and our fan group and our website. And Karina has painstakingly, for those of you guys that do not know this, she has over 3,000 cards. 3,000 cards on the Pinterest page. Get there. She's got them all separated. It's fabulous. All right. And then, of course, I write destructions. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. Not had enough coffee. Destruction. Oh, follower for life. Thanks. That's very nice. We're happy, Elisa, that you found us. Okay. Now, are you really serious? Your YouTube videos are this is what Kay Richards wrote. Your YouTube videos are the best. I reference them all the time to get inspiration. Aw, seriously, that's so nice. You guys, I read all your comments. I read your comments. When I'm done, I literally, sometimes, there's 2,000 comments. I go back and I read every single one of them. Every one of them. Anyway, so I get you guys instructions, and I squirrel a lot. We all know this, right, Wendy? We know this. But we're going to make these cards, and they're very simple. So which one would you like to start with? Let's start with this one. What do you say? Yes. Okay. All right. Find our little pack. And here we have it. So what we're going to do is you're just going to pull everything out of the pack. And if you have the dies with it, you needed to do your homework and do your cutting first, okay? So we have a picture that you can just follow if you would like. Easy peasy, right? And all we're going to do, now I did, oh, Tanya, did you really? Uh-oh. We're not going to start with this one, folks. Or maybe I can. We'll just go get my die cutting machine. Hang on just a second. I hate doing this. This is my biggest pet peeve is having to leave. But the girl's got to do what a girl's got to do, right? So I'm going to grab my little die cutting machine here. Ooh, look at my plates. You guys can tell how much we die cut here. And throw this in here. Right on there. And it would help if I have another plate. I pretty much abuse my plates a lot because we die cut so much. All right, we're gonna just run it through. And it's hard to do because my laptop's sitting right there. Okay. How's that for improvisation, folks? There we go. That is why I like to have everything die cut ahead of time, because my workspace, I have my laptop instead of an iPad, which I probably should have. And now let's get back to making this card. Okay, so we're just gonna pull all the pieces out of it, which is really easy. You guys will see how easy this is. It could be cut so well. And this set comes with bats too, but there's also little bats in the trees and stuff. Look at that. All right. That wasn't so hard. Okay, so now we have this little guy, which is yummalicious. And all I'm going to do, again, clean my stuff off here. Oh, where to put it. Just when you think you're organized, you know? Move all that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this for this card, and I'm just going to cut this guy right in half, just like that. Okay? Then we're going to start with the card base itself, and we're just going to fold it in half. Right, we've got our spooky little eyeballs, and that's cut just to cover the whole entire fronts. And what glue am I going to use? You guys know what glue I will use. My Zip Dry. Okay, for those of you that do not know about Zip Dry, you need to know about Zip Dry. Zip Dry is a really cool glue that goes around the outside edge. You don't need to put it here like this. And it reminds me of the old rubber cement that we used to have in the little jars, right? With the little nasty brushes, only it's way cool and much better. So, I'm going to set that right there. I have to commend, so what you're going to do is you just squeeze it just like that, and it's going to, if it comes out on the edge, you just rub it off. Okay? Now the great thing about Zip Dry is it lets you move it around while it's still wet, and it lets you get really great borders. All right? It also, watch this, it lets you peel it off and put it back down until it dries. Once it dries, it is done. So now we have this. We are going to take each of our trees and just put them down at the bottom. So about that. Okay, and then this tree is going to go over here, right? So let's go ahead, and I'm not going to glue this piece out because I'm going to tuck my moon in a little bit. Now another glue that I use, and I really need to show you guys, is this fine line bottle. All right, and line coat glue. You can get this at KarenBernston.com. Don't do it now, but you can get this at KarenBernston.com, and I will actually talk about it later. We'll be using it. But it's got a very fine tip, so look at how quick I can get glue on there because of this little fine tip. And these are the only two glues I use, and I use them regularly. I have them both on my desk at the same time. So I'm just going to lay this along this edge. I'm going to push this down. Okay. And make sure that some of these are not glued down because I want to tuck my moon back in there. If it goes over the edge, that's just fine. Haha! That's funny. Can you imagine? Look at that. I just read that comment about a hand tattoo. Oh my goodness sakes. Now that would be a hardcore marketer, wouldn't it? Do videos, just tattoo your logo on your hand and you won't have to worry about how the video sets up. That's hilarious. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. I have one tattoo. One. Sue was getting one day, and I thought, you know, I could do that. I was, but I'm deathly afraid of needles. And so I went in and I got it, and this is all it is. It's a little circle. It's a little thing between me and my brother. It was the most painful, crazy stuff. You people that get tattoos are just badass humans, man. It's craziness. But I have one. Oh, and then I have two more little dots. So when I had to go through radiation, you have to have these two little dots. So literally I have three, right? That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Anyway, so I'm going to trim all these off. Okay, so this is where we're sitting now. So let's... I need to grab the moon die, which of course is in a different pack. Hang on a second. Find it. This moon die is so much fun. Get out of here. All right. So when I cut it out, you just run it through your machine and you cut it out so it's like that. leave it in the die itself. We're just going to lay it down. All right. I have my vintage, my handy dandy vintage distress ink like I always do, and I have lots of ink on here already. So I am just going to do this, just really light. And look at that. Instant move. Easy. No stencils. No nothing. Easy peasy. Alright. We're going to stick the lid. I'm going to put some, a little bit around the edges. Just like that. Okay. Then, use my zip dry. And we're going to go this way, I think. And just tucking right under there. Just like that. Okay. And then you have some bats in here, so we're just going to put a little bat up here. Okay. Oops. Now let's go to the house. This is a fun one. We have, For the Love of Pete. Seriously, for the love of Pete. Alright, pick and poke tool. I'm just going to poke my little windows out. If there's any left in yours, just poke it out. Okay? And then this is going to just tuck in right there. And I don't think, I'm just going to let it hang off the edge a bit. Alright, sometimes you can put it there and then put stuff over it, or have it be on its own. But I want to do this. But before we do, can you see that there is holes in through here? Well, I want pieces of yellow to be in there. So I am going to take, oh, for the love, for crying out loud, you guys. Hang on a second, I'll be right back. I need to grab a piece of yellow. I do not know what's the matter with me today. And all right, we had a little snafu yesterday, so I wasn't able to get as prepared as I normally am, but all right, so I'm just going to cut some little strips of this. All right, and then I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to cover up the little holes. So see him? He's going to have to be a little bit slimmer. Yes, I will tell you guys the little snafu, because if you are one of the folks that it affected, you will probably be getting a call from me today. Then we're just going to trim that off. I'm going to take a little bit of glue and put it on the top, on the bottom, and then do that. So when we released the new MFT sets yesterday, our system had a little glitch. We had advertised them, and there were no discounts allowed on these sets, of course, because they're brand spanking new. And our system decided to go ahead and include them in the BOGO sale. I caught it within the first few minutes. However, 100 orders had gone through at that time. Yes, so people ordered both sets and got one free. No, I'm sorry. I can't do that. I would love to, but I can't do that. So I had several people call me, thankfully, and say, I think something happened because I got, this set was free. I think I owe you money. Thank goodness. But I will be contacting everybody today that it affected in that, 100 orders. Can you believe it? So that kept me busy for a while. And then I had to finish my cart. Okay. Now, look at this. I'm going to turn this over, and it's going to go, oops, missed one. Oh, and I missed that one there too. Okay. And little one for here and here. Nope. That's okay. And now they're done. Isn't that fun? So cute. Alright, so I'm going to tuck that behind a couple trees, and I'm just going to let it hang over the edge, and that's how I'm going to glue that down. And I'm going to use my zip dry so I can move it if I want to. And I don't glue down these little pieces because they look kind of spooky if they're just hanging free. If zip dry squeezes out like it did here, I don't think you guys can see that. The cool thing is you just rub it off. And it'll glue right up to your edge. What have I got? Okay. So just like that, the glue rubs off. We're done. We're just going to put our fence along here. All right. I'm going to get in the little curves. And put that right there. Now to do this one, I'm going to find where it overlaps, which is right there. Alright, and that's where I'm going to glue it next time so it looks like one continual piece of fence, right? And kind of measure it out a bit, so this is as far as I'm going to go gluing. Where was that again? There we go. And the line coat glue, I really like it. If you just touch it, you can pick it up and it dries clear. So, can you believe this is like the biggest scissors I grabbed? For the crying out loud, these are like sewing scissors. These are the kind of scissors that your mom would have like screamed at you for when we were younger, right? For using on paper. Oh, my mom used to get so mad at me because she sewed. All right. I'm going to glue this together. I think I might put some ink on the edges, make it spooky. Some ink around this edge. All right. Then all we have to do is put our pumpkins together. This is from the Change Out Jack set. I love this because it's got 3 different pumpkin sizes, and it's also got different face sizes, so you can use them as pumpkins, or you can turn them into jack-o'-lanterns, just like this. That. And there's a tall one. Do any of you out there, oh no, my video's gone, that's not good. I'm still showing live, so we're still doing good. Do any of you guys out there have a garden and grow pumpkins? I kind of stink at gardening. You have to be really diligent when you garden. I don't have the, what is it? I don't have the time, I guess, to go out every day and do what you're supposed to do to a garden. But I've learned that I grow flowers really well, and I love to grow pumpkins. Pumpkins! In my pumpkin patch this year, last year it didn't do very well, but my pumpkin patch this year has 20 or 21 pumpkins. Okay, so now we're going to put these on here. I think I'm going to put, and you can put a little ink on these too, spook them up. So I've got 21 pumpkins, and I grow gourds too because I love to decorate for fall. And pumpkins have gotten kind of expensive. I mean, if you go out and buy 20 pumpkins, you're dropping, you know, 120, 130 bucks. So I'm gonna glue these on here. And so I've got them all sizes this year, and I have all kinds of gourds and the little baby pumpkins, you know, and just it's so much fun. And I love dahlias and zinnias. I love them. Let's see, Sandy. That's the pH glue. Oh, the glue that I'm using in here is the Line Co pH, and this is the bottle from KB Riley, and we will do that in the next segment when I do the Tanya's Take Kit. So now we're done here. Okay, I want to open this card up. My zip dry got on the edges. Open this up. We're going to put this right here. All right, we're going to color these grasses real quick. This is from the spring set, and I do mean quick. I'm just going to take my YG05 and go right over that, all the edges just like that. And then I'm going to take my YG09 and I'm going to come in and fill in down along the bottom and in the back. So it shows shadows, just like that. Easy. I'm going to glue that down. Right there on this edge. And then we're going to glue our last pumpkin right there. We'll have to be done with this card. Look at that. Yeah. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Super simple, right? Easy. All right, somebody's going to win this. One of you lucky people. Karina will draw the names at the end, but somebody's going to win this card, and I will send it to you. So when you do that, make sure you send us your address. Can't send it to you unless we have your address. All right, moving on. I have extra bats. I love bats. I want to do a mirror in the bathroom with the bats coming out of it. I've seen it on Facebook, like everywhere. All right, let's do an easy one. Let's do this one. And then we'll do the penny card last. So this is very simple. I found this paper, and there might be some in your kit as well, I believe. In our word happy, you can do anything with that word. I love it. All right. That's what's in here. We're just going to, again, let's just fold this in half. Last year when I did my pumpkins, oh, it was miserable. They failed miserably. They need lots of water and squash bugs. Ugh, the bugs. They will attack a pumpkin vine so bad. And this year we had some kind of squash worm. Destroyed my tomatoes. I do grow tomatoes. But, and see, okay, so see this? I can move this around and I just glued it, right? So it will let me move it and get it perfect. That is the beauty of zip dry. If we work this hard to make cards, you might as well have your borders, you know, be nice and straight. And if there's any extra, we just rub it off. So we're going to take this paper, so cute, and put it on the front. Anyway, the squash bugs and the little worms. So I went out, one of my prized pumpkin vines that had a huge pumpkin on it, got these stupid little worms early on, and I go out to Google, of course, and how do I fix this? And sure enough, you can do surgery. I am not kidding you. This is a true story. Okay? You can do surgery on a pumpkin plant. Take the worm out, put it back together, and it will grow. So the worm ends up in the vine in the very, very down by the dirt. So you could take a little X-Acto knife, cut it, open it up, cut the little thing, open it up, take a pair of tweezers, take that stupid little worm out, close it back up, put it up, and put the dirt around it, and it'll be just fine. And I did it. I was so excited. I literally did surgery on my pumpkin plant. Okay, what to do now? Let's do our moon. So I've already cut it out. We are just going to this. Isn't that awesome? All right, I'm going to glue this right there. But some kind of, while we're talking gardening, I grow my own tomatoes because I'm not quite for sure if there's anything better in the summertime than a fresh tomato, besides a really good watermelon. And some kind of fungus got a hold of my pumpkins this year, and or my tomatoes, and destroyed every single vine I had. I had so many tomatoes. I had 100 tomatoes on there, and it took the vine down, and it did my neighbors too. I don't know what it is. Okay, so since I cut that like that, I'm gonna come back and just edge that. So on the happy, beginning to see how easy this is, right? Yeah, I can eat tomatoes in the winter too. They're just, the ones from the stores just aren't the same. And we have true seasons here. So on this, all I'm gonna do is put my foam tape. Just like that. If Dolores is watching, I'm in trouble because I don't have my scissors. And and I'm gonna put that. How much time do I have? I've got 20 minutes. I think we can do this. I think we can. I think we can. I know we can, right? We can do all three. Yes, Brenda, it was. It was my craft X-Acto knife. Exactly. I put a new little blade in it, and I went out and did surgery. And my vine came right back to life. It was just hilarious. And I had some of my flowers didn't look like they were coming up, so I planted a bit more. Yeah, I overseeded, but I've had flowers all summer, and I can look out my window in my kitchen and see my flower patch. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I love them. I tried to do sunflowers too. You would think in Kansas, since it's our state flower, they'd be easy. They are not. They are not an easy thing to grow because bugs love them and they get rot, and I've tried it for 3 years now, and I'm giving up on them. Okay. What other flowers do you guys grow that are easy? Like you plant them and you water them and you're done. That's what I want to do. I plant and water, and then I deadhead them so that they keep coming back. But I love fresh flowers. I love, love, love fresh flowers. I have them on my desk all the time. Okay. We're just going to put that down right there. Our little Halloween is going to go right on top. Below here. Little there. Little there. Just like that. And we should have a little spider. A little orange spider here. Look at how fast that went together. And the great thing about this card is you can do this with any paper. Any paper. Oh, I do have butterfly bushes. Yep, and hostas. I have a whole hosta bed with butterfly bushes too. So there's that card. Isn't this simple? Yay. Someone's going to win this one too just for commenting. All right. And finally, we are going to move to our last card, which is this. And I have 18 minutes, which is easy peasy. Yeah, that's a very fast card. And you can do it with, I mean, you could do this with candles, right? And one of a birthday, happy birthday. This big happy is a great, great die to have. We even took it and used different papers and cut out the H and the A and the P and did it like that. Okay, moving along, we have Miss Penny here, my little girl, And I think we're not going to use that because I already cut it out. And this goes on the inside, so we're just going to put it on the inside right now. What's you guys' favorite season? I love fall. I love fall. I just do. I love the color, but I like spring too. I like them all. I'm glad that I live in Kansas so that we get to experience all of them. Um, I love hot flashes. No, I love God. I love winter because I have hot flashes. Goodness gracious. All right. I have hot. Yes, I do not love hot flashes. So we're just going to glue that down just like that. And I love winter for that reason because you can just go stand outside and they go away. I love spring because it's beautiful. The lilacs bloom and everything's so pretty. And then summer, not so much, but you can get in the pool. So, you know. Yeah, Robin, I've been in New England in the fall, and you are absolutely correct. There is nothing like a fall in the New England area. Nothing like it. It is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. I went up the coast. I was out there when I worked for Sprint, long before I ever did stamping. And I just took a weekend, rented a car and took a weekend and went up the coast, went through Mystic, Connecticut. Absolutely stunning. I've never seen anything so pretty. So, okay. See what I did? You see how we're building that scene right there? Okay, so I'm just using this as a background. You can also blend a background really beautiful. Let's see. I'm going to do it this way so that I can get it straight. And then come back with the other glue and glue this down because I want to be able to slide this around so I can get it perfect. This die is a perfect A2 size. Alright, there we go. And then I can come in and just bend this back a bit. And like I said, I don't like to glue all of my edges down, or especially on a tree. Alright, I do like to do the corners because they catch, right? And bend this back a little bit, throw some glue on it. Okay, there we have that. So let's see, we are going to do, this is one of the reasons I love lip dry, because you can lift it off when you need to, right? I need to tuck one of these underneath this corner, and look, I can still get that off there because it's zip dry. If I would have used this glue, there's no getting it off there, period. All right, none. And that's why I like this glue too for little bitty pieces because they won't move around on you, right? Let's color up. Let's get all of our gluing done maybe instead. So let's do this. And then we'll do our coloring last. And do this. Okay. See how fast that is? Isn't that fun? All right. Tuck that back in there. And then we're going to put this just right there. Right there. Yeah, right there. Okay. All right. Okay. And we have our tombstone and all of this stuff and the grass. So I'm going to put the grass down as well. Poke out all of these. This dye for the grass is one of my favorites. Those of you guys that get kits know I use grass a lot. And it's because I don't like to sit anything. Here's a little tip, okay? So if you set something like this, it's standing on nothing, okay? If you're down here, it's standing on ground. You know, that's better than just, you know, in the middle. But if you put grass on it, look at that. Now you've made a scene. Really easy. I don't know, I'm not catching all the comments, but all I know is that somebody is offering, somebody's offering us the, where are we vacationing at? I don't know, that's the gist that I'm getting of this comment that's going around. Now, we are ready to color. See how easy that is? I think maybe we should, do you think we should put one of the, I have an extra bat. So we should put a bat, yeah, right there. Okay. All right, now we're gonna color Penny up real quick and her little outfit and her little hats. And this is some coloring, but it'll go really quick. These are cut out and you'll have to cut those out. I'm not sure I'm gonna have time to do that, but we will try. So on Penny, let's start with our grays. I'm gonna pull everything that's gray out. Now I have another question for you guys. While I've got y'all talking about swapping houses and all that good stuff, that's what we should do, right? Somebody in New England should swap houses with us, and we live on a lake. That'd be fun. I know people do that all the time. All right. So while I'm coloring, I've got another question that you guys can answer. And before I do, I'll tell you the why that I'm asking. I took a class from Jennifer Dove. If you guys know her, she is like a master colorist. It was absolutely fantastic class. I learned more things than I could ever imagine about coloring, and I know some stuff about coloring, but this was a whole new level. So we learned how to use how to color with Olos. All right. For those of you that don't know, Olos is a different kind of marker. It's still alcohol, don't get me wrong. So I'm going to go ahead and use my C1, and I'm going to go over the top here. But I'm going to do a little bit different. You guys will notice that I usually go from light to dark. One thing I learned was that you can also go from dark to light. Okay? It's a little bit different, and it's a little harder to do than the way I used to do it, or still do it. But you come up with your shadows first. All right, and you put that down first, and then you're going to use your markers and blend up. Okay, from that, and so you're going to go from the dark that you just did and blend up. So it's blending that first. Then we're going to take our C3 and blend that, which will be the majority. And yes, I still use circles, but you can also use a kind of a pushing motion to push it out, right? And then I'm going to take my final color, which is my C1, and come in and blend it all together. Takes a little bit of practice. Quite a bit of practice, actually, I should say. But it is definitely a different way to do it. Now, on the Olo markers, how many of you guys have Olo markers? How many of you guys actually have Olo markers? And how many of you use them? Okay. That's what I need to know. Because I was thinking about, let's see, I'm going to take my C3 on the bottom and do that. And then I'm going to take my C5 and just go along just there. Okay, that's easy. We got it. Now let's do this. and Penny and the hat. A lot of it is just grays. So I'm going to use my C3. Okay. And this is where the light's coming from. So I'm going to start there. And on this, the light is going to be up here. So I'm going to put that in first. Okay. And then with Penny, we're going to do her C3s like that. And a little in her, around her ears. Now keep in mind that she's going to have a dress on. So I'm going to skip all that. So I'm just going to do her little feet. She's actually going to have shoes on, so you don't need to do the feet. And under her little collar, I'm going to take my C1 and come up here on top, make it a little lighter, and do the inside of her ears and around her adorable little face. Okay. And her little paws. And on this, I'm going to use that C3 and I'm going to bring it all the way down. And I'm going to go off the edges. Okay? Just like that. I'm not going to go on the inside. I did just a little there, but it was just to give it a shadow. You guys see what I'm doing? Now with Copics, as I've told you before, you can use the same marker, all right, and get another darker shade of the same marker just by using it again. Let's see. All right, so we're going to do that for the hat. We're going to cover the whole thing. And if you want to find out how to color, I have got a ton of coloring videos out on YouTube. And I usually try to include a bunch of tips and tricks and stuff to help you guys up your game of coloring. A little under there again. Okay. Now I'm going to come back with my C5. All right. And the point is with markers, if you find a brand that you like and you're comfortable with them, it doesn't really matter what brands, that you use. I'm going to put some shadows under here because they all pretty much work the same. If they're alcohol markers, they are alcohol markers. Okay, they're going to blend the same. You just have to try to do color matches if you're following along with somebody. Now, on a little possum's ear, they have little dark spots in their little ear. So I'm going to put one there. I'm going to put one there. Okay, and he's going to have a little dark paw here, a little dark paw there. Now on the hats, I'm only going to bring this C5. I don't want a gray hat, I want a black hat, so we're going to make it look that way. Underneath like that, and I'm going to do the whole bottom. And the reason I laid down a layer of ink first is because I find it tends to, I'm going to go back with my original marker that I did up here. Okay, so that was a 5. I'm going to come back and get my 3 and just blend this out a little bit. And now I'm going to take a darker marker. I'm going to go for my C7, but now I'm going to go less than I did. And I'm just going to move it out like that. And from back under here, just like that. Okay, and I'm going to come back in a minute. And from here, I'm going to move it from each side and underneath, of course. And over here. And a little bit under Penny's. A little bit up in here under ears. I just love this little girl. Alrighty. I'm going to come back in with the one before. Okay. And I'm just going to bring it from the other way. Back in. See how that's blending out real easy? There you go. Super simple. From here, I'm going to start in the middle with my circles and blend out. And just pull it out to the edges. If you use a circle to blend big spaces, alright, it will help them blend a lot better together. So I have my little pot, I have Penny. We're going to blend this up a little bit. Okay. Where am I at? Oh my gosh, I only have 3 minutes. I am not going to get the purple done. This is just a purple outfit. Holy cow. So we're going to do the green. I was just chattering along with you guys and wasn't paying attention to time. I'm going to fill all this in with my green. I'm going to come in with a little darker green. Okay. Like that. I'm going to put some blue in Penny's eyes. And I'm going to put some pink in her cheeks. Just like this. And a little pink nose. I'm going to make the hat color a green bands. I might. Alright. For the browns and the broom, I am just going to, I've only got 2 minutes. So make sure you guys get your comments in. We've got 2 minutes left. Alright, and put the handle brown. Let's put Penny's dress on her so you guys will know how to do that. And then I'm going to try to color the dress in the last 2 minutes. I can do it. I know I can do it. Okay. And whoever wins this card, I will definitely put the shoes on for you. Now, I'm going to show you the purples, the Copic purples. I really am not a fan of the Copic purples, but I'm going to color them out for you anyway. I actually have Ohuhu markers as well. I'm that kid that had to have all the crayon boxes, you know. These purples tend to get really dry, really easy, and I don't like the colors. I don't know why. I just don't like the colors, and I wanted to show you guys that. It's just kind of splotchy. I'm not a fan. So what I do instead is I grab an Ohuhu marker, which are the cheaper version that you can get on Amazon. And look at them. They color so much better. I'm serious. And this. And I am out of time. All right, so this is how you put this on here. She goes on there like that. This goes on there. I'm going to do the shoes before I put it in. This tucks back in there. Her hat goes on her head. Ta-da! And the broom goes in her hand. Just like that. Okay? Ohuhu. O-H-U-H-U. All right, so there we go. We have it. I'll do the shoes. Somebody's going to win this too. Come back and see me for Tanya's take. We're going to make my version of that. And I'm going to clean up, grab another cup of coffee, and I will see you guys again in an hour. All right? Take care, everybody. See you soon. Enjoy your next segment. Have a good day.